Hi, my name is Solana. I am a psychic energy medium. I have seen spirits since the age of 7. My first experience was that of my 2-year-old cousin who had been ill and sent home from the hospital. We all gathered that weekend to spend time with him. They said that there was nothing more that they could do for him. So we just gathered around him and just played with him and showered him with our love. And the second evening that we were there, I was asleep on the couch. I was awakened by a scream. My mother and my aunt were in the hallway. When I opened my eyes, I saw my mother trying to embrace my aunt so that her fall wouldn't be hard. I saw my 2-year-old cousin come running out of the bedroom, running straight for me. He looked very happy. He didn't look sick at all. He turned to his left towards the front door, ran straight in front of me. He was skipping now. He was running almost in a full swing to the front door, which had now opened up into a bright white light, and Corey went jumping, running, skipping, happily laughing through the door. As soon as the door closed, white light was gone. I jumped up off the couch and ran and told my mother what I had seen, and she told me, "No, dear, you didn't see Corey run out the front door. He has just died." And I looked inside his room, and yes, Corey's body was laying on the bed. I tried to convince everyone around me that they would listen to me of what I had seen, and no one listened to me. So for years, I didn't have any support as far as what I was seeing, because after that, it opened the doorway, and I began seeing spirit more and more. Spirit walking around, spirit next to people that were talking to me. From what I came to find out later, a lot of them were deceased loved ones, spirit guides, as well as animal guides that come around you all the time. And so for years, I didn't have any support for this, but I did continue, whatever it was, to see this. And then at the age of 15, I had gotten pregnant with my first child, and during the delivery of that first child, my major artery was severed and during a C-section, and I started to bleed out. They had to quickly remove my child, so I was left to bleed out. I was clocked at having been dead for 1 minute and 36 seconds. So I had a near-death experience during that time. It was very surreal to me for the first few weeks after the surgery even. All I could see was myself floating above my bed quite often, and my grandmother who had come to visit me in that vision. The first thing I did see, though, was a light that came to me, and I did go through. The first stage of this light, I came to like this big TV screen in the sky, and I stood there, and for all my 15 years, witnessed what the things I had done and how it affected my life and how it affected the people that I had done them to and how it affected the people in their lives and so on and so forth. I then went to this green meadow with vibrant colors, vibrant oranges and reds and purples and blues and greens and just the most vibrant colors I'd ever seen. And I saw Jesus standing at this other edge of this garden, he was standing at the edge of a garden on the other side of this meadow that I had seen and come into. And with even just a thought, it was like, oh my Lord. And I went to him, and with just a thought, I was there and embraced in his love and embraced in his holding me. And he was just hugging me and embracing me. And I don't remember speaking to him or anything. It was just a vibration that you could feel. It was just like no words were spoken, nothing. My lips never moved the whole time I was there. But he pointed over to his right, and to his right was this gazebo, and I could see someone sitting in it. And without knowing my thought, I just was there. I went to the gazebo and sat down, and it had been my grandmother who had passed away when I was much younger. She was sitting there waiting for me, and as I sat down, she embraced me, and she did tell me a little more about what was to come in my life, and how I was going to be basically mother to all, that I was chosen to be there at that time, and that I needed this enforcement, if you will, because of course being pregnant at 15, my life was going a little crazy there, and I needed some positive enforcement as to what my next step was to be and where I was going to be going and doing, and what was I to do with this awesome yet I felt at times the very hard gift that I felt I had been receiving. And so I went back into my body, and the next thing I know, I'm waking up at the hospital, and they're telling me, how sick I should be, and I had to have 3 pints of blood put back into me, and my child had actually been cut. Her cheek was scarred because the doctor had to quickly get her out of there and sew me up so that I wouldn't, continue to bleed out. So that was a near-death experience, and in between 15 and 30, it was very trying because I still, wanted to fight that spirit, not realizing the gifts that they were, and rather looking at them all as burdens. I had started to change my view on that. And by the time I was 30, because trust me, it's a process once you start getting to where you're at to try and get back out to another way. But by the time I was 30, I had met one of my first teachers, my first gurus, if you will, and he opened up everything. The first thing I did with him was a past life regression. Found out that I had lived many lives, and that this earth is indeed billions of years old. So that's pretty much from the age of 30 to now. I have been doing psychic fairs, online readings. I do healings. I do chakra balancing. I do ghost hunting. I take pictures, and of course, yes, spirits do show up in my pictures. Orbs show up in the pictures. That's happened all my life, basically. I wish I still had most of those pictures, but it's always happened. It's always happened in my life. So anyway, that's a little intro to me now. I would like to continue my work and continue doing the teachings now that I've decided to do on the web blogs that we will be watching and hopefully looking forward to. So I look forward to reading you and getting to know you all better. And I do offer you my blessings, and I offer you my prayers. And do know that anything and everything is possible at this point. All that you have to do is remain positive. And I think that you're going to be a bit surprised when 2012 comes around. So thank you. My name again is Solana, and I look forward to reading you. Bless you.